Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, law enforcement officials, and esteemed members of the audience. It is an honor to stand before you today to discuss one of the most significant organizations in global security, Interpol, the International Criminal Police Organization. In a world where crimes transcend national boundaries, Interpol plays a vital role in uniting law enforcement agencies across 195 member countries to combat transnational crime and enhance international security. Crime has evolved significantly in the 21st century. From terrorism, cybercrime, drug trafficking, and human trafficking to financial fraud and environmental crimes, law enforcement agencies must now tackle criminals operating on a global scale. Traditional policing methods are no longer sufficient, as criminals exploit advanced technology, international loopholes, and weak legal frameworks to evade justice. This speech will provide an in-depth exploration of Interpol, its history, objectives, structure, operations, challenges, and future directions. By the end of this discussion, you will gain a deeper appreciation of Interpol's role in maintaining global peace and security. Let us begin by understanding how Interpol came into existence. History of Interpol. The need for international law enforcement cooperation. Before Interpol's creation, criminals could easily escape justice by crossing borders. If a fugitive committed a crime in one country and fled to another, there was little to no cooperation between national law enforcement agencies to track and apprehend the suspect. Different legal systems, languages, and bureaucratic processes created barriers to effective international policing. One of the earliest recorded instances highlighting the need for global law enforcement cooperation occurred in the late 19th century. The Jack the Ripper case in London and the Whitechapel murders showed how criminals could remain unidentified due to a lack of forensic advancements and cross-border intelligence sharing. In response, discussions about international police cooperation emerged. The birth of the International Criminal Police Commission. The first formal effort to establish international law enforcement cooperation took place in 1914 at the First International Criminal Police Congress in Monaco. 24 countries participated in discussions on extradition agreements and cross-border policing, but World War I disrupted these efforts. In 1923, the idea was revived when Dr. Johannes Schober, then chief of the Vienna police, established the International Criminal Police Commission in Austria. This organization laid the foundation for what we now know as Interpol. ICPC operated successfully for nearly 2 decades but fell under Nazi control during World War II. The organization's records and resources were misused, and many countries withdrew from participation. Post-war revival and the formation of Interpol. After World War II, law enforcement agencies recognized the need for a neutral, non-political policing body. In 1946, ICPC was re-established in Paris with renewed global participation. By 1956, ICPC was officially renamed Interpol, reflecting its expanding scope and mission. Growth into the largest international policing organization. From its humble beginnings, Interpol has grown into the largest international law enforcement organization, with 195 member countries, surpassing even the United Nations in global participation. Today, its headquarters is in Lyon, France, with additional offices in Singapore, Buenos Aires, and Brussels. Interpol has revolutionized global law enforcement by providing tools, technology, and intelligence to help nations combat crime more effectively. Objectives and functions of Interpol. Interpol's primary goal is to enable global police forces to work together to make the world safer. Its core functions include 1. Facilitating international law enforcement cooperation. Interpol acts as a neutral liaison between police forces worldwide, enabling countries with different legal systems to cooperate efficiently. Unlike other international bodies, Interpol does not operate under any single nation's jurisdiction and remains politically neutral, ensuring its independence from political influence. 2. Criminal investigation and prevention support. Interpol assists in identifying criminals, tracking fugitives, and gathering intelligence on transnational crimes. Through its global networks, Interpol shares vital forensic, biometric, and criminal record databases with member states. 3. Capacity building and law enforcement training. Interpol organizes specialized training programs for police officers, prosecutors, and forensic experts. Courses include counterterrorism, cybercrime investigation, human trafficking intervention, and advanced forensic science. 4. Information sharing and intelligence coordination. Interpol maintains one of the world's largest criminal databases, storing millions of records on wanted criminals, missing persons, and stolen property. Interpol's I-24/7 system enables real-time intelligence sharing among member states. To achieve these objectives, Interpol has developed a well-structured operational framework. Structure of Interpol. Interpol's governance and operations are managed through several key components. 1. General Assembly. The highest decision-making body, consisting of delegates from all 195 member countries. Meets annually to discuss global crime trends, set policies, and elect the Executive Committee. 2. Executive Committee. A 13-member decision-making body responsible for overseeing Interpol's operations and implementing policies set by the General Assembly. 3. General Secretariat. The operational hub of Interpol, headquartered in Lyon, France. Led by the Secretary General, who serves as the Chief Executive Officer. Operates 24/7 to assist law enforcement agencies worldwide. 4. National Central Bureaus. Every member country has an NCB, which acts as the official liaison between Interpol and national law enforcement agencies. NCBs handle fugitive tracking, intelligence sharing, and issuing alerts. 5. Regional offices and liaison bureaus. Interpol has regional offices in Asia, Africa, the Americas, and the Middle East. Liaison bureaus coordinate crime-fighting efforts across multiple countries. 6. Specialized crime units. Interpol has dedicated units for terrorism, cybercrime, drug trafficking, human trafficking, financial crimes, and environmental crime. How Interpol works. Interpol does not have its own police force or agents with arrest powers. Instead, it provides 1. Criminal databases and notices. Red notices, alerts for wanted fugitives. Yellow notices, issued for missing persons. Blue notices, used to gather information on criminals. SLTD database, tracks stolen passports and identity documents. 2. Global policing capabilities. I-24/7, Interpol's secure global police communication system. Facial recognition and biometric databases, used to track criminals. Cybercrime monitoring, analyzes online threats, hacking activities, and digital fraud. 3. Field operations and task forces. Interpol sends specialized teams to assist in disaster victim identification, forensic investigations, and crime scene analysis. Challenges and criticisms of Interpol. Despite its achievements, Interpol faces several challenges. 1. Misuse of red notices. Some governments use red notices to target political opponents and dissidents, raising concerns about human rights violations. 2. Lack of direct enforcement power. Interpol cannot arrest criminals. It relies on member states for enforcement, which can lead to delays in justice. 3. Cybersecurity threats and digital crime growth. The rise of ransomware, dark web crime, and financial fraud challenges Interpol's ability to keep up with digital threats. 4. Limited funding and resource constraints. Interpol relies on voluntary contributions from member states, which sometimes results in budgetary shortfalls. The future of Interpol. 1. Expanding digital policing and AI integration. Interpol is investing in artificial intelligence, big data analytics, and blockchain technology for advanced crime prevention. 2. Strengthening international partnerships. Collaborating with private companies, tech firms, and international organizations to enhance global security. Conclusion. Interpol remains a crucial pillar of international law enforcement. Despite challenges, its efforts in counterterrorism, cybercrime prevention, and global policing make the world safer. As we move forward, strengthening Interpol's legal framework, resources, and technology will be critical in fighting transnational crime. Thank you.